Hi, so welcome to Team Yoga. Today we're going to do a fairly easy class, just something to kind of stretch our bodies out. And if you feel at any time that you shouldn't do something, or if your body's in pain, always skip anything that's painful. But keep in mind it's okay to be a little bit uncomfortable as we stretch our bodies. There's always a little bit of discomfort sometimes with tight muscles, and so stretching things is okay as long as you're feeling okay. So just use your judgment and skip anything that doesn't feel great. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to start by just closing your eyes for a moment. So we always tune in to our breathing before we start to move and kind of let our bodies relax and settle. So as you close your eyes, just getting comfortably seated. So any way that feels comfortable for you, make sure you don't have any shoes and socks on, that you have room to move your arms and your legs so there's a little bit of space around you. And then when you're ready, just allowing yourself to be still. And go ahead and take a deep inhale through the nose. And a deep, deep exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Big inhale through the nose. Big exhale out through the mouth. And just one more time. Nice big inhale. And big exhale out through the mouth. Just letting your shoulders relax. Seeing if you can sit up just a little bit taller, if there's any room to lengthen your back just a little bit more. And then just starting to pay attention to your breathing just for a moment here, just noticing your inhales and your exhales. And then from here, just starting to breathe just a little bit deeper. So just a little bit deeper than we started on your inhales and your exhales, breathing in and out through your nose. And then as we move, we're going to continue on with a little bit deeper breath than you would normally do any other time. So just a little bit deeper. Go ahead and bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. And stretching out the right side of your neck. And bring your chin down towards your chest. Take your right ear to your right shoulder, softening the right shoulder down. A very gentle tip upward of your chin, opening up the front of the throat. And bringing your left ear back towards your left shoulder as you drop your chin towards your chest. Start to circle down and around. So just some gentle, easy circles with your neck. And you can stop anywhere that you'd like if you feel some tension, just giving yourself a little added stretch. And then go ahead and just switch directions, circle the other way around. And coming all the way back up, sitting up nice and tall. With your next inhale, let's go ahead and send your arms overhead. So a big breath as you reach those arms up. Relax the shoulders. Sit up nice and tall. Take a couple breaths here. And then on an exhale, you're going to take your right hand down beside you. And then just take a tip over to the right. And if you get confused right and left, which I do often, you can always just do one side. We're going to do the other as well. So it doesn't matter. Bring that arm back up, take a big breath in, and then exhale, set your left hand down and tip over to the left. And stretching out that right side. Take a big breath in as you lift yourself back up. You're going to take your left hand to your right knee, and you're going to bring your right hand behind you on the floor, and go ahead and just kind of pull in on your knee as you twist. Gaze over your right shoulder. So just gazing off to the right here. Looking over that shoulder, making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. And then bring your arms back up, take a breath. And then switching sides, you're gonna take your right hand to your left knee. Left hand comes behind you, sit up nice and tall. As you twist, press in on your knee with your right hand, just gently. It's not forcing. And with an inhale, go ahead and bring the arms back up, and then go ahead and bring your hands down. We're going to come to our hands and knees. So coming to hands and knees, you're going to bring your wrists directly under your shoulders, and you're going to bring your knees directly under your hips. So this is called table pose, nice flat back. Spread your fingers wide, And then drop your belly, lift your chest, gaze up. And then on an exhale, you're gonna round your spine like an angry Halloween cat stretching out its back. So with an inhale, you'll press your belly down towards your mat, gazing upwards or towards the floor. And then that angry Halloween cat. So just moving nice and slow back and forth, just moving your back. So really slow it down, not doing it too fast. And coming back to that table pose, nice flat back. And then from here, go ahead and take your left leg, stretch it out behind you. So keeping that leg stretched out, point your toes towards the floor. And then with your next exhale, bring your knee in towards your chest as you step your left foot up in between your hands. So you're on your back knee for a moment, gaze slightly forward, and then tuck your right toes under and lift your right knee off the mat. So we're in a runner's lunge, like you're ready to run a race. Look forward, take some breaths here, maybe coming up on fingertips if you need to. And then from here, go ahead and start to rock forward and back. And you're gonna go ahead and step your right foot right next to your left, come forward. Bring yourself halfway up, place your hands on your shins, long spine. And then on an exhale, you're just gonna round in, soften your knees, let your head hang heavy, hold on to something. So whether you hold onto the floor, your legs, or your elbows, just something that works for you. Letting your head just hang out, take some breaths here. Go ahead and tuck your chin in, rounding all the way up, nice and easy and slow. You'll go ahead and send your arms overhead. And then exhale, bring your arms down by your side. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, let's bring those arms back up. Interlace your fingers. You're gonna press your palms towards the ceiling. And then on exhale, you're gonna tip over to the left. So just another side stretch. Come up to the middle and tip over to the right. Come on, back up. Bring your arms to a V. Open up your heart. Look upward. And then go ahead and fold forward. With an inhale, come halfway up with that nice flat back. And then go ahead and place your hands down. Take your right foot, step it back to that runner's lunge. This time you're gonna lower the right knee down and you're gonna come all the way up to kneeling. So if you feel a little tippy in this pose, you can always bring your left foot over to the left a little more as you bring your arms up. Taking a few deep breaths. Go ahead and bring your right arm forward, shoulder level. You're going to take your left arm behind and twist. Gaze over your left shoulder. Bring your arms back up. And then go ahead and place your hands down on each side of your left foot. Right hand stays down and inhale, take your left arm up. So you're twisting here. Go ahead and take the hand down. As you kick your left leg out in front, so you're gonna straighten that left leg. Keep a little bit of bend in your knee though, don't lock it out. And then fold over that left leg. So we're holding here, taking some breaths. Just a couple more breaths. And then go ahead and bend that left leg again. Just bring your leg back so it's still bent. Take your hands on the inside of that that left foot. So you can heel toe your left foot over to the side a little bit further. And you can stay on your hands here. If you'd like, you can bend your elbows or you can come all the way down to your forearms. So do what feels best for you. And once again, you can always just stay on your hands. So just picking one that works best. Just feeling a stretch in your left hip. Just a couple more breaths. And then go ahead and if you're on your forearms, come back out into your hands and take that left foot, step it back behind you. From here, you're gonna bring your hands forward just a little bit. You're gonna tuck your toes under and go ahead and press your hips up towards the ceiling. So coming into a down dog, maybe bending one knee and then the other, kind of walking that down dog. Take some nice deep breaths. And go ahead and bring your knees back down. So back to that table pose, bring your wrists or your hands back so your wrists are under your shoulders once again. And then you'll take your right leg out behind you, kick it back, toes point down, take a couple breaths. And then go ahead and bring your knee in towards your chest and step your foot forward up in between your hands. So from here, look forward, tuck your left toes under, lift that back knee up. So coming back to that runner's lunge, take a few breaths here. So once again, just like you're ready to take off in a race. Go ahead and start to rock forward and back. So create just enough momentum to step your left foot next to the right. With an inhale, you'll come halfway up, flat back, and exhale, fold it in again. Soften your knees, so bend your knees some. Don't lock your legs out. Take a couple breaths. And go ahead and bring your way all the way up, rounding your spine. As you come all the way up, you'll send your arms overhead and then bring your hands down by your side. So just take a couple of breaths here. And then bring those arms back up. Go ahead and interlace your fingers, press those palms up towards the ceiling once again, and tip to the left. So take a side stretch. Come back up and take a tip over to the right. And come all the way back up. Bring your arms out wide, open up your heart, gaze up, and then fold forward. Bring yourself halfway up, place your hands on your shins, and then take your hands down, stepping your left foot back. Go ahead and lower the left knee down. And you're gonna come all the way to kneeling on that knee, that back knee, as you bring your arms up. So right back up. Take some breaths here, just doing the same thing on this side. From here, go ahead and bring your left arm forward, shoulder level. Right arm behind, twist, gaze over your right shoulder. Bring both hands to the floor for a moment. You're gonna keep that left hand down. With an inhale, you're gonna bring your right arm up. So still twisting. Take a couple breaths. And go ahead and set that hand down. As you kick your right leg out in front, heel down, toes are up, folding over that right leg this time. So soften your knees so your knee's not locked out, but a little bit of a bend in that knee. Just a few more deep breaths. And then go ahead and slide that leg back again so you still have a bend in your knee. You're going to take your hands to the inside of that right foot. You can always bring your right foot a little bit out to the right, just a little bit more. And once again, you can stay on your hands. You can bend your elbows or you can come down all the way to your forearms. So just picking something that feels nice. Maybe one side is a little bit more tight than the other, so maybe you can come down a little further on one side. The other might not be as much. Just a few more deep breaths in here. And go ahead and lift yourself back up. Bring your right knee back to table pose, hands and knees. From here, let's go ahead and bring your big toes together. You're going to take your knees a little bit wider, and you're going to bring your sit bones, your hips back towards your heels. And bring your forehead towards the floor. So just stretching out. This is called child's pose. Take a couple breaths. And then come back up to table pose, hands and knees. So once you're back in table, you'll bring those hands a little bit further forward. Once again, tuck your toes under and lift your hips back up to that down dog. So take a few deep breaths in here. And then go ahead and bend your knees a lot, and you're going to walk forward to the very front to your hands. You'll bring yourself halfway up once again, nice flat back. Go ahead and fold it in, and this time you're going to just round your way all the way up, so nice and easy and slow. When you arrive, you'll take your arms overhead and bring your hands by your side. So just take a moment here, take a deep inhale through the nose, and a deep exhale out through the mouth. So we're going to work on a little bit of balance. I'm going to face you. So I'm going to step into my left foot. So stepping into your left foot or right foot, once again, doesn't matter because we're going to do both. So as you step into one of your feet, you're going to bring your other foot to the inside of your leg. So it can be down far, your toes can even be on the floor. You can come up higher. So completely up to you. It's all about balance. As you can see, it's not always there for everyone. So just bring your foot to the inside of your leg. Bring your knee out, so it's kind of pointing out to the side. And your hands can stay at your waist. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can lift your arms overhead. But the secret is to gaze at something that's not moving. So don't gaze at me. Maybe something on the floor out in front of you, or something where you can be kind of steady. So if you look around the room while you're doing this, you'll probably fall out of the pose. So just trying to be stable. This is once again called tree pose. A couple more breaths. And go ahead and set your foot down, drop your arms down, and you're just going to swing your arms for a moment from side to side. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So whatever one you did last time, do the opposite. So stepping into your foot, bring your other leg up. Once again, it can be up as high or low as you'd like. Hands can be at your heart, your waist, overhead. So just doing something that works for you. Take that steady gaze, so looking at something that's not moving. Nice deep breaths. And you might even notice how one side feels a little more balanced than the other. You might fall out of balance on one foot over the other. And that's normal. Just a couple more breaths. And go ahead and step down. And let's just swing your arms for a moment from side to side. Just kind of giving yourself a little stretch. And from here, we're just going to come down to seated. So go ahead and have a seat on your mat or on the floor. If you don't have a mat, you don't have to have a mat. Bring your feet together. Your knees are open out to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Create some length in your spine. And then go ahead and just fold forward. So just folding over your legs. And just taking a few deep breaths. You can hold on to your ankles, your shins, your feet. Just a couple breaths here. And then from here, come back up. And you're going to go ahead and lie down. Put a bend in your knees. And actually, once you're lying down, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. And you're going to bring your knees and you're going to drop them over to the right. Bring your arms out to a T and look over your left shoulder. So just a couple breaths here. And go ahead and come back up. And you're just going to switch sides. You'll drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right. And go ahead and come back up. Bring your knees back into your chest, give them a hug. And then from here, you're just gonna rock your way all the way back up to seated. So getting comfortably seated once again. Place your hands on your knees. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And a deep exhale out through the mouth. So just letting your breathing return to a more normal breath, so maybe a little bit softer, not as deep. Let's do that one more time though. Inhale deeply, and exhale, just letting go of those deeper breaths. And you can open your eyes if they were closed. Thank you guys so much for sharing this practice with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful day. Peace.